Scott Bolden's here, former chair of the D.C. Democratic Party. Boy, what's worse here for Democrats, that they got completely hosed by President Biden, or that they got hosed by President Biden and they still have to face this issue of they wanted to lower the penalties as D.C. sees this huge spike in crime?
Both. Take your pick. It's shameful and disgraceful. And let me correct you on one thing, Leland. This new crime bill does not substantially lower the time you can get if you're convicted of a violent crime like carjacking, if you will. It reduces it by 2 or 3 years, but it adds enhancements for the violence. I'm a white-collar criminal defense lawyer. I'm former head of the party here in D.C., and I'm telling you that's not been part of the dialogue. That's the first thing. But it doesn't really matter because the Democrats have never really been for statehood or self-determination. They say they are. It's in their Democratic plank. The Republicans are better. They just say they're not for it, right? But the Democrats aren't willing to do anything. You got 8 out of every 10 people in D.C. are Democrats. They take those votes for granted. They take black and brown votes for granted. And so it's in their platform. But Barack Obama, follow me on this. You can check the record. Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and even Joe Biden 2 years ago, all three had control of all three houses, and all three never passed statehood or self-determination. Why? Because when it comes to doing versus just paying lip service to it, the Democrats are never willing to go that far for the D.C. residents or for its other voters that continue to elect Democrats because they know D.C. voters, black and brown voters on the Democratic Party have nowhere else to go. And so, therefore, it's a negotiable tactic on their part, and it's easy. They don't have to give up anything to say, we're for D.C. Statehood, but when it's come time to do something about it, right?
All right.
They fail to do it every opportunity.
I hear you. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of Democrats who are disappointed in a lot of things President Biden had the option to do for the past 2 years and didn't do. Lindsey Graham on this. If you had any doubt that President Biden's going to run again, I think his decision not to veto this resolution is the best indication yet. Yeah. One good rule of politics, never get to the left of the D.C. mayor. And the D.C. mayor vetoed this. So if it doesn't lower any of the crime standards, as you have told us, why did he veto it?
Well, she vetoed it.
No, yeah, but why would if it actually makes penalties worse and cracks down on crime, as you have said, why is the president scared of the political implications of it?
Well, because the president or the people who briefed the president haven't really briefed him thoroughly on this bill. That's the first thing. Second of all, he's running for office. And this is what the Democrats do all the time. They are very sensitive to Republican attacks versus just ignoring those attacks and standing on their record. For example, Joe Biden and other Democratic presidents have given more money to police forces around this country dating back to Bill Clinton than any Republican president ever could. And yet they won't stand on that record. They're reacting to anticipated criticism by the Republicans. That's no way to run a political party or to even run a campaign, right? You stand on your record, you fight, and who cares what your opposition says. If you've got the higher ground and you've got the better argument, make the better argument. Don't retract because you anticipate being criticized. You won the last election. You're going to beat Trump again. Stand for it. Go for it. And the hell with all the criticism you're going to take.
Yeah, you're going to get criticized in politics one way or the other. All right, we're going to have you back, and we're going to we're going to debate D.C. statehood once and for all. Right?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.